Hey, good morning. Welcome back, and today we will be walking through Hacker vs. Hacker in TryHackMe. I have already gone ahead and spun up the box, and we're given an address of 10.10.221.7. And we can see that a hacker has hacked into the machine and has defeated attempts for the admins to fix it. So can we help out? So and we are asked two questions: find the user.txt and the proof.txt flag. So first thing first, we can go ahead and browse to this page and run an nmap scan, which I have already done. So here we have nmap tech A, the IP address, and we can see we have two open ports, port 22 and port 80. On the banner for SSH, we can see it's a Ubuntu machine, as well as the version of Apache. So browsing to here, we can scroll down and we see there is an upload CV file with a browse folder. See if we view page source, we can go ahead and see if there's any more information regarding the upload. And here we can see on the upload.php, there is a comment that says, isn't CVS on the public website a privacy risk? So what we can go ahead and do is browse to CVS and we get a directory listing is disabled. So one of the first things I like to do is when we see a upload field is to go ahead and upload a PHP reverse shell. So I'll go back here and go ahead and copy user share web shells to the current working directory. Go ahead and move that to be test.php. We need to get our ton0 interface to catch the callback, and now we can go ahead and edit that shell with this IP. And we'll set up a listener on 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we can go back here, browse to upload, go to our working directory, and go ahead and upload it. And here we get hacked. If you don't want me to upload my shell, do better at filtering. Okay, so it looks like this is kind of a hint here. So we see the working directory the upload directory is to CVS, and it goes to the file name we uploaded it as well as if the string post does not have PDF, then it does not accept it. Okay, so what we can go ahead and do is go back. We can go ahead and browse and upload a new file, but this time we can go ahead and move test to test.pdf.php and set up our listener again and go ahead and browse. All right, we're given the same page, but we'll see if our shell still made it up to the page. Test.pdf.php. And we are given a not found. So it does not look like it actually was uploaded. Based on this, based on this logic right here, we can see if there's any other files on this web server with this pdf.php to see if they were left behind previously. So what we kind of want to brute force is file.pdf.php. And one way we can do this is with wfuzz, and we need a word list to use for that tool. So if we could take a look at user share word list wfuzz general, we can see we have some files. So comment.txt. So if we go ahead and list this, we can see all of these files are going to be ran against the web server. So we can go ahead and run this. So we can go ahead and run wfuzz txt file with the word list payload, and now the URL. So we'll go ahead, go grab this, and we'll do it in the CVS directory. And now we want to have our fuzz, which is going to be every item in the word list, .pdf.php. And we'll let this run for a second. And we can go ahead and see that the 404 is not found. So we can actually go ahead and do tac hide code for 404 and see if we get any responses that are not 404s. Essentially, we're looking for 200s. And we are given our result of shell. So what we can do is actually go browse here, and we get boom. So this could just be a PHP page looking for a parameter to do some code execution on the server. So in case it's like a equals ID, and nothing was returned in this case. So that is obviously not the parameter. So what we can go ahead and do is actually utilize wfuzz again and replace the shell with a fuzz parameter and equals ID. And all of these will be 200s since the shell page does exist. So we'll just go ahead and run this and kill that. And the next filter we can filter on is the size of the page. So in this case, tech HH for content and 18 based on the size. So we'll go ahead and run that and see what responses we get. Okay, so we actually did get a response with CMD on 72 for size 72. So going back, we can change out the A to be command, and there we go. We have remote code execution on the box. So first we can poke around. To speed this up, we can actually start burp. Intercept is on. Go ahead and send that. Send this to repeater. And now, so if I do ID, I can get the responses here. And we can do pwd. Okay, we can see what else is in here. Maybe some encoding. Maybe we need to do this. Decode. Encode as URL. Grab that. Go to repeater. And drop that on. There we go. Okay. Wonder if we do that in the actual web server, or on the URL, if it'll do it, decode some of the spaces and stuff for us. So go ahead and turn this off. And if I run an ls of home, yeah, okay. So we don't need to do some URL decoding. So let's take a look at this user directory. And we can see a couple things. Kind of just looking at the timestamps, we can see there's user.txt. So that will answer, go ahead, add 1 hour. That will go ahead and answer this right here. So that is the first portion if we just cat out that file. And then we can look at the bash history. as well as the bin is updated. Wonder what is in bin. So what we can do is ls that, cat out bash history. We can see they ran a okay, so every single backup.sh, every single minute run these with a sleep of 1, 11, 21. So every 10 seconds, this is getting run, and that is for F and ls. So do an ls and dev pts, put that in F, echo nope to it, and go ahead and p kill tech 9 tech t. Go ahead and kill that session. So this could be, let's see, if we go back here, we echo tech e password. Okay, so we get a password for SSH potentially if the SSH is allowed for this user. So what we'll go ahead and do is try to SSH. And we need to grab the password. Okay, so we are on. If we do W, yeah, so we do have a PTS, so the yep, okay, so we just got booted out. There's the echo, nope, and then it killed our session. So we do have a password. SSH will be kind of problematic, but what we can do is try spawning a shell. So I'm wondering let's get rid of this command. We need to change our ton 0. As well as change the port. Just leave that port. And what we need to do is set up a netcat listener. So on 4242. And we can go back here and run this. That did not look good. Okay. Bash. We do have command execution, so I'm going to try to get a file up there. So kill this. CD hacker. Okay, so we have bash with that on 4242. And what I'll do is set up a Python server for this location on 8081. wget. Oh, it would have been nice if I kept that. wget on port 8081. And we are going to try to download the a.sh. So we can go ahead and encode this as URL, go back to repeater, grab this, and send. And we can see we did get a hit. So we can go ahead and close that. We had if we cat out it's on 4242, so we can set up our netcat listener on 4242. Go back here. And if we go ahead and list out this directory, we can see it's actually on the box in the current working directory, but it's not executable. So we'll go back here, go decoder, chmod plus x, a.sh, URL, go to repeater, and we will send this. And now if we just refresh this page, it is executable. Okay, so we have our listening netcat listener running right now, as well as a bash one-liner up. So we're going to try running this and see if we catch a call back. Command equals go decoder .a.sh URL. Repeater, and drop this in there and go ahead and send that. And did not catch a call back. Pipe to bash. And that worked. Okay, so now we have a shell. And if we go ahead and run an lsatr and pts, we don't have our session. So this shell will be more stable than the last SSH shell that we had as user. But we need to get on as the user. So I'm going to need that to authenticate. Okay, and now we are on as the user. So again, we can go ahead and cut out the user.txt to gain that information. Okay, dot path. So normally, I feel like okay, so that's the home user's bin, and I can I go into that? Okay, so I can go in this directory. So it looks like it's running this bin sleep, so that's direct path, bin ls, user bin echo, dev pts, but then here it just runs pkill. So if we run which pkill, it does do the user bin pkill, but first it's looking in this directory, then user bin. So it looks into that one actually last. So what we can go ahead and do is need a quote. And we need our ton0 interface IP. And then we were going to do port 8081. So we'll close that out. We are currently already in that directory, so we can write this file to pkill. cat.pkill verified is that. Set up our listener on 8081. And we need to make this executable. Chmod.xpkill. Okay, so now we also need to generate this use case to happen. Let me just SSH so we don't lose this shell. All right, so now we have it on there. So let's see if it goes ahead and echoes nope to the screen. Nope. Okay, and we did not get killed. So now if we go back to this shell, okay, so what we can go do is echo the shebang with a new line with our command, so /n. So what I'll do is just echo this. And close it and send that to pkill. And if we cut out pkill, and we're getting that tech key. Okay, that looks a little bit better. So let's go ahead and set up our listener. Wait for a nope to happen and see if that, and okay, so there, now we caught the callback. So I just had to add the bang. For some reason, piping that to bash didn't work, but that's okay. So now we can see we are root when we run ID, and if we go into the root directory, we can see we can now see the root.txt. This box started out with running a scan, seeing port 80 was open. We uploaded our file. Based on the comment leak in PHP, we were able to determine the web directory listing in CVS. We tried a couple uploads, including our own upload, but that failed due to the comment out. We then utilized wfuzz to brute force the file name for here and for the PHP argument for command, and we were able to get some remote code execution. Following that, we were able to run through uploading a shell. In this instance, I did a.sh, and we were able to go through and get the password for the user and switch user to him through that upload. From there, we were able to utilize the cron job running and that path vulnerability that was looking for files first in the user directory that we control, and that was just due to poor setup of not using full path right here with backup, and then every single file had full path except for pkill, which was actually in user bin pkill. So all we did was just change a bash reverse shell to be in this directory and SSH'd in to generate the nopes, and once that kicked off, it went ahead and ran our reverse shell, which we called the callback. So thanks for following along. Hope everyone learned something, and please have a good day. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to subscribe and like this video. Thanks, and have a good day.